You wake in ancestral silence. There is no light, unless a pale shard of moonlight slices through the hide-stretched mouth of the cave. All you have is the warm breath of your newborn curled beside you, chest rising and falling like an uncertain tide. You feel the damp scent of earth beneath your bare feet, the moss that clings to the bones of living history. There is no greater comfort than this primal bond. You carry that life inside you, your body and soul entwined. In this first dark passage, you realize what it means to be a mother in an age where each breath could be the first and the last flicker of flame. There is no softness in nursing, only effort, only visceral connection. The muscles in your arms ache from the position, but pain becomes invisible before the heat that radiates from the newborn. You know this moment, this pause between the war for survival and your own reconstruction is where true motherhood begins. An exchange of essence, a silent pact between flesh and spirit, the scent of the baby's skin, mingled with your own wild musk, becomes an ancient perfume of salvation and blood. You are awake, but your senses travel down ancestral roots. You feel life pulsing through your limbs, feel the rawness of being, and understand that motherhood, in this time, is the brutal continuity of the species and the meaning behind it. Now you understand, no technology, no distraction. All that exists is you, is her. And there, in the dark, you rediscover the humanity that slipped through the centuries. Each moment of nursing is a tribal ritual, a transfer of strength, an invisible torch passed from generation to generation. You sense in every glance, every twitch of the baby's limbs, that here lies primal hope, that beneath this heavy veil of darkness, a new life is the flame daring to defy eternal night. The fire has not been lit yet, and the cold creeps into your bones. You hold the baby closer, instinctively covering her head with a fold of fur. Your own hunger claws at your insides, but you ignore it. Her needs come first. There are no choices in this life, only reactions. You think of other mothers in caves scattered over distant lands, all of you living in silence, bound by the same invisible thread. You don't know their faces, but you know their pain. You feel their love like a ripple under your skin, old and deep. There is a prayer that runs under your breath, though you have no words. It's a rhythm of muscle and breath, a thrum of will, older than language. You have whispered it every night since birth. It's a vow to hold on, to protect, to endure, not because you were taught, but because something within you demands it. In this cave, surrounded by shadows and stone, you feel the presence of everything that came before, the weight of lineage, the burden of hope. In the second block, you are more alert, as if your body has turned into a core of fire. You know you must move. The day will demand raw meat, roots, the hunt. The baby sleeps, still bound to your skin. You wrap her in a cocoon of dry hides, the clearest sign that your ancestors were masters of adaptation. All you have as a guide is primal instinct. Still, your heart aches with love, a love made of vigilance. You know life can collapse in a whisper. You rise slowly, a silent ritual, and glance toward the cave's mouth. There is no comfort, only cold, stone, and brittle branches. You hear the wind tear across the valley, trees whispering forgotten secrets. You carry the baby across your back, the invisible cord cinching your heart and lifting it at once. With each step, your feet touch the soil that held nameless ancestors. You know that your search for food is also your offering of a future. Each flicker of fire sparked from broken stone is a vow to belong, to stake your roots in this savage world. You remember how motherhood meant teaching by example, the patience to wait for prey, the precision to strike, the grace to walk without sound. You teach the baby all of this, even unseen. Every fiber of your being declares, this is the world we were born into. We survive together. And in the trail you leave behind, You know you are shaping not just a life, but a legacy, a memory of who we were, and who we must become again. The trees open like dark ribs around you. Birds scatter. Your ears sharpen to the rustle of fur, the crunch of movement. Hunger is both your enemy and your teacher. You crouch low, moving as your ancestors once did, holding your breath against the wind. Behind you, the baby stirs slightly, but sleeps on. You place your trust in your senses. The instincts passed down through countless mothers who hunted while carrying life on their backs. You are them, they are you. Your hands find the root of a bitter plant. It will not taste good, but it will sustain you. You chew slowly, feeding your strength. Later, you catch a lizard between the stones. There is no celebration, only relief. The act of survival is its own form of devotion. You clean it quickly, preserving some for later, and press on. Every action is a ritual. Every step is a hymn to the future you cradle against your skin. The third and final block sinks into the darkness of night's end. You have returned. The cave now breathes in harmony with you. The fire is lit, a glowing thread of warmth spreading across the stone. You draw the baby to your chest again, and as she nurses, you feel blood pounding in your ears. Nothing else exists beyond this eternal moment. Heat, sated hunger, fleeting safety. You understand now what motherhood meant 30 years ago. Not just the nourishment of a body, but the ignition of the tribe's flame. No distractions, no modern noise. All you have is the scent of skin, the heat of a body beside yours, the pulse of primitive life. You see that every act of nursing was a lesson in ancestry, a symbol of courage, partnership, vulnerability. You and the child living with the uncertainty of the world, but bound together by the certainty that you belong to something older, deeper. This is the truth of motherhood in ancient times. A cosmic tether, an invisible force, eternal. You stare into the fire and see the future flickering in its core. Not a vision of cities or inventions, but of footsteps, of hands grasping spears, of children learning to walk the way you walk, now barefoot, steady, watchful. The fire becomes your heartbeat. Your breath becomes a lullaby without words. She sleeps, wrapped in furs, the red glow casting shadows across her cheek. She dreams of nothing yet, but she is carried by your dreaming. Outside wolves howl. You do not flinch. You know this sound. It does not mean fear. It means presence. The world is awake. ... And so are you. The fire guards the cave, but it is you who guards the fire. You watch it closely, feeding it one small stick at a time. Each flame is a prayer, each glow a promise. You hold her tighter. You close your eyes and feel the rhythm of life pressing in on all sides. The cave breathes, the earth turns. Your ancestors stir in your blood. You are not alone. You have never been alone. In this silence, you are every mother who came before. You are the first fire. You are the shield against the dark. You are the memory that refuses to die. And so, as this final block closes, you lie down, the baby sleeps, and you turn inward. You feel the fire of existence pulsing within. Because to be a mother, then, was to guard the essence of humanity, to tend the primal spark that taught us to walk upright. And you, in silence, pass on to yourself, and to her the promise of a new dawn, wild, visceral, eternal.